Assalamualaikum students. My name is Dr. Sadia Zahra from Physiology Department FRPNC. In this practical, we are going to record electromyogram motor unit potential of a skeletal muscle by stimulation of its nerve. In this practical, you will explore the electrical activity of the skeletal muscle by recording an electromyogram from a volunteer. You will examine the EMG of evoked muscle action and measure nerve conduction velocity and EMG of voluntary muscle contraction. You will also record evoked EMG signals which are produced by the electrical stimulation of a motor nerve, that is the median nerve, supplying a muscle, that is abductor pollicis brevis muscle, on the palmar surface of the hand, and also record the EMG signal which are produced when biceps and triceps are contracted voluntarily, and compare the EMG while holding different number of books. Part A, Evoked EMG. To record the motor unit action potential of abductor pollicis brevis by stimulation of the median nerve at the wrist. Electrode attachment setup. Remove any watch, jewelry, etc. from your wrist. Plug the 5 color coded lead wires into the bioamplifier cable and then plug it into the bioamplifier socket on the power lab unit. Attach the dry earth strap around your wrist and attach the green lead wire to this strap. Before electrode attachment, clean the skin with the alcohol swab. With a ballpoint pen, lightly mark 2 small crosses on the skin above the abductor pollicis brevis muscle, in the position for recording the electrode shown in the figure. The crosses should be 2 to 3 centimeters apart. Attach the disposable ECG electrodes onto the skin over the crosses. The dot on the back of the bar electrode indicates the positive electrode. Secure the electrode as shown in the figure with the negative electrode closer to the wrist. The electrode should lie along the axis of the arm with the leads pointing towards the hand. Connect the stimulating bar electrode to the isolated stimulator output knob of the power lab, the red positive connector to the red output and the black negative connector to the black output. Place the stimulus electrode over the volunteer's median nerve at the wrist. Turn the stimulator switch on. The isolated stimulator only becomes active during sampling. It is switched off internally at all other times. Now come to the procedure. Set the pulse current in the isolated stimulator box to 8 mA. Recording will automatically stop after 0.05 seconds. Click start every time that you wish to stimulate. You should expect to see a waveform. Apply manual pressure to the back of the stimulus electrode to ensure that the nerve is stimulated and the electrode doesn't move around. Adjust the electrode to find the best position for stimulation as judged by the amplitude of the response. If you cannot get a response, increase the pulse current from 8 to 10 or even 12 mA and finally to 20 mA to get maximum response. If there is still no response, try stimulating the ulnar nerve. Turn the stimulator switch off. Remove the stimulus electrode and mark with a pen the electrode position in the skin nearest to the hand. The muscle contraction and sensations such as tingling or brief pain are associated with the nerve stimulation. Analysis. Use the scroll bar at the bottom of the lab tutor panel to review records recorded with the stimulation at the wrist. Measure the latency of single waveform. Latency is the time elapsed from the start of the stimulus pulse. Click at the point where the peak begins. Transfer the latency or latent period from value panel to the latency. Observation and calculation. You will calculate the following by using the marker and cursor of the power lamp: latency of response, amplitude and duration. Now come to the part 2, voluntary contraction. To record the electrical activity during the voluntary muscle contraction and investigate how it changes with increasing demand. Electrode attachment. Remove any watch, jewelry, etc. from your wrist. Plug the 5 color coded lead wires into the bioamp cable and then plug the 5 lead bioamp cable into the bioamp socket on the power lab unit. Firmly attach the dry earth strap around your wrist. The fuzzy side of the dry earth strap needs to make the full contact with the skin. Attach the green lead wire to the earth strap. Firmly swap the skin with alcohol swab in each area where electrodes will be placed. Lightly mark 2 small crosses on the skin overlying the bicep muscle in the position for bicep recording electrode as shown. The crosses should be 2 to 5 centimeters apart and aligned with the long axis of the arm. Lightly abrade the skin at these areas with abrasive gel or pad. Prepare the skin over the tricep for attaching the electrode as outlined in step 4 for the bicep. The position for the tricep recording is shown in the figure. Place the electrodes on the skin over the crosses so they adhere well. Plug the 4 shielded lead wires into the bioamp cable ports for positive and negative channels. Snap the lead wires from channel 1 on the bioamp cable onto the electrodes on the subject's bicep. Snap the lead wire from channel 2 on the bioamp cable onto the electrodes on the subject tricep. It does not matter which is positive and which is negative. Check that all the 4 electrodes and the dry earth strap are properly connected to the volunteer and bioamp cable before proceeding. Make sure power lab is connected and turned on. Now come to the procedure. Sit in a relaxed position with your elbow unsupported and bend to 90 degrees with the palm facing upward. Click start to resume the recording. Have someone place a book or similar weight on your hand and add the comment one book. Leave the book in one place for 2 or 3 seconds to record the change in the EMG. Click stop. Observation. Scroll through the recorded data and note the changes in the activity in the raw bicep channel. Note also that placing the weight on the hand gives rise to little or no activity in the tricep muscle. Choose a small part of the biceps activity and examine it in more detail by setting the horizontal compression to 1:1 and clicking auto scale. Note that the raw EMG signal is composed of many partially overlapping spikes. Note the relationship between the raw trace and integrated trace. The height of the integrated trace reflects the overall activity of the raw EMG signal and gives a simpler view of the muscle electrical activity. Use the waveform cursor and value panel to record in the amplitude of the integrated trace. The height of the trace correlates with the force produced by the muscle filled with reading obtained in lab. Come to the analysis. For each record, place the marker on the baseline immediately before stimulation begins. Use the waveform cursor to measure the maximum force of contraction for the record. Click to transfer the value into the value panel and drag the value to the appropriate place into the table. We will observe the decline in force from the maximum. Okay student, this is the setup for the EMG practical. First, remove all the jewelry if the person is wearing. Okay, this is the front panel of the power lab. This is the bioamp and we have connected with the socket. This is the bioamp cable and here these are the leads connected, 5 color coded leads. Okay, this is the ECG electrodes which we will use for the placement of these leads. For the placement of the leads, we will need this gel for recording of EMG. This is the dry earth strap. We will bind it around the wrist in this manner. We will connect the green electrode under this strap. This is the stimulator which we will need for the nerve stimulation. Then this is the bicep muscle. First we will apply the gel and then we will place black and white electrode on the bicep, and similarly we will place brown and red electrodes on the tricep muscle for the recording of EMG. Now students, we are going to stimulate the median nerve and record the muscle activity from the abductor pollicis brevis, a thumb muscle. For this, we will connect the bar electrode underneath the earth strap and we will place the black and white electrodes on the abductor pollicis brevis almost 2 centimeters apart. Now before starting or giving a stimulus, we will set the pulse current in the isolated stimulator box to 8 milliampere by clicking the arrows. Recording will automatically stop after 0.05 seconds. Now click start and you will see the contraction in the abductor pollicis brevis. Okay, you will record the electrical activity during the voluntary muscle contraction and investigate how it changes with increasing demand. Okay, before starting a procedure, the person should be in a relaxed state and the arm should be at a 90-degree position. First, we will type the bicep contraction in the comment box and then we will start. When I say start, the person should contract the bicep. Here you can see the bicep contraction. As you can see, the pink wave is showing the tricep contraction and the green wave is showing the bicep contraction. Okay, now we will perform the tricep contraction. First we will enter the tricep contraction in a comment box and immediately make a moderate contraction of the tricep muscle by trying to straighten out the arm. Students, you can see here when we are recording the bicep contraction, there is a slight contraction in a tricep muscle also. And when we are recording the tricep contraction, here you can see there is a slight contraction in the bicep also. This process is called a co-activation.